low-key. Niggas hating cause they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat.
She got a coochie so tight and clean, with a grip so mean it'll snap your pain. That kitty don't purr, it bites and it screams, got me sweating through sheets and seeing my dreams. It's wetter than a creek in a hurricane, hotter than a stovetop cooking propane. Every time she clenches, I about go insane. She'll drain my soul through my goddamn vein. Her pussy brings life, it rewires my brain, like touching a socket in the pouring rain. It grips, it pulls, it sucks me dry, got me cussing, praying, damn near cry, like a lasso rope on a rodeo steer. Once it locks on, I ain't getting clear. It shocks my heart, it fries my brain, like moonshine burning through my veins. That coochie got power I can't explain, like touching a socket in the pouring rain. She rides me hard like a buck and steer. Neighbors pound the walls, but I can't hear. Boots fly off and my hat hits the floor. When that grip locks tight, I come begging for more. She don't need lube, don't need foreplay. That coochie got torque like a Chevrolet, bites down hard like a pit bull's teeth, got me seeing stars and I can't find relief. It grips, it pulls, it sucks me dry, got me cussing, praying, damn near cry, like a lasso rope on a rodeo steer. Once it locks on, I ain't getting clear. It shocks my heart, it fries my brain, like moonshine burning through my veins. That coochie got power I can't explain, like touching a socket in the pouring rain. Doctor said, son, you're losing weight, that girl's coochie got you chewed up, bait. I said, Doc, I'll die with a smile on my face, cause that grip's God's gift to the human race. It grips, it pulls, it sucks me dry, got me shouting Jesus to the sky, like a lasso rope on a rodeo steer. Once it grabs hold, I'm stuck right here. It shocks my heart, it fries my brain, like moonshine burning through my veins. That coochie got power I can't explain, like touching a socket in the pouring rain. She wants it balls deep, she need every inch of this dick to keep. Every time she stuck it and suck it, that's her daily treat. Boots flying off, panties down by her knees. She said, cowboy, fuck me harder till I can't breathe. Bounce on this coat till your knees go weak, swallow every drop, girl, don't you leak. From your throat to your pussy, then a slide in your cheek. She don't want no halfway, she only wants it balls deep. She don't talk romance, she don't need no ring. All she wants is my dick swinging like a bull on a string. Riding reverse cowgirl, moaning loud a beat, clapping like a honky-tonk drum, smacking them cheeks. Bounce on this coat till your knees go weak, swallow every drop, girl, don't you leak. From your throat to your pussy, then a slide in your cheek. She don't want no halfway, she only wants it balls deep. Shit her till I'm touching her soul. She don't say stop, she just begs go steep, gagging on this dick while I'm pounding balls deep. Bounce on this coat till your knees go weak, swallow every drop, girl, don't you leak. From your throat to your pussy, then I slide in your cheek. She don't want no halfway, she only wants it balls, balls deep.
Take a hallelujah. That's about everybody. We miss y'all on the song a lot. Gives me the name about it. This is called Tell Her Never Do.
If you handle your business right, I'ma promote your ass. You bitch out and try to kite, I'ma come smoke your ass. The shit that I'm giving you, they drawing blood to get. The fix be running through because they love the shit. So don't come with that, no one wouldn't buy it. The shit was cool. Niggas try to rob me, nobody was coming through. Snitches, I can't have that. Bitches, I can't have that. Riches, you can have that. Just bring me my cash back. Look, it's all gravy with me, go ahead and shine. That's how you play it with me, you're big time. All I want is the G's with a trunk full of keys. A Benz on 20s, you got something you can lend me. Shit, boys ain't doing nothing for me for free. Can't put no trust in you boys, cause y'all be trying to run G. Cause I don't like dreaming about making no cheese. Wanna see my motherfucking bank account OD. Until then, I'ma be thugging behind the project building, smoking that 5 with the ghetto children, plotting on a way that we can make $1 million. Yeah, yeah. I'ma be thugging behind the project building, smoking that 5 with the ghetto children, plotting on a way that we can make $1 million. Hey, now I'm on some shit again. Leave a hater stranded like Gilligan. Hundreds I'm considering, flexing for $1 million. Catch it, hater, I'm killing them. They stop, but I ain't feeling them. My jacket off appearing them. Some say it's numerary, partners in vocifering. Juvenile is different. Look at what I did to them. Boys wearing Reeboks instead of Nikes and Timberlands. Bitch hitters, I be tipping them. My Mac 9, it be flipping them. Some of these haters is trying to run G, so I be gifting them. They will do the same to me. Boys ain't no family. Shit is all a game to me, but nobody gon' handle me. 400 degrees, toting guns, running with me. No wonder we need more money one could receive. Player wanna deal with this Christ, I'ma put it open in his life. Never should I fuck with me right. Why you keep ducking me shy? I'ma knock your head off. Boy, tryna get to your fuck, tryna play it off. You made the beat, pussy so wise, you scared. If you mind your fucking business, then your life would be spared. I can't see it. Pussy try to make me out a bitch, I can't be it. I had this motherfucker crow with hitters like Free Nick. You probably can save yourself, but you can't save your neighbors. When my nine get to spinning around like a baseball player. Put on this potato on the end of my nine. Foolishness I entertain to keep these boys in line. Look, cause I don't like to dream about making no cheese. Cause I don't like to dream about making no cheese. Wanna see my motherfucking bank account OD. Until then, I'ma be thugging behind a project building, smoking that 5 with the ghetto children, plotting on a way that we can make $1 million. Yeah, yeah. I'ma be thugging behind a project building, smoking that 5 with the ghetto children, plotting on a way that we can make $1 million. Ask some boy about me. Bet them bitches know me. Man, know your head buster out that wild TC. I'm a young hitter. Look at what you done, hitter. You done made me mad. Now I'm gon' get my gun, hitter. Better watch your tongue, hitter. Cause I'm getting dumb, hitter. Kill one hitter to represent where I'm from, hitter. 3 things you don't ever do. Fuck with a man, exchange. Oh, his mama. You do that, you want drama. Fuck with a big timer for sure. You gon' see I'm out to. Which one of you boys want me? I'ma keep it real with you. You say you the man, I know I'm the man, and I'm ready to deal with you. I'm prepared for the toe tagging. Keep my Reebok strapped tight with my key ball sagging. Now I done rocked a couple of keys, and I done flipped that 2 times. I know I'm in a drought, and they gonna pursue mine. I got bills to pay, I can't be playing with you jokers. These youngsters something
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Leah, that's the channel name there, Talk Perspective. I want the Tasha K interview, but unfortunately, you got to subscribe to her web page to get access to that, and I ain't gonna. To be honest, I don't know where she started talking about Antoine and none of that. This shit is an hour and 43 minutes long. The Talk Perspective is the channel name. You just type in "not a side chick" in Micca, it'll take you to that channel. This here nigga look like he a Tubi interviewer. I don't know what this nigga name is. Orlando Ucates. Orlando looks like a Tubi interviewer. That's what I'm gonna say. I am too much talking. Let's get into it. I'm here about the Antoine Daniels shit. I don't know when they get to it. Hopefully it's at the beginning.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for accepting the invitation. The reason why I really wanted to talk with you is obviously the whole incident between Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb was propagated all over the internet, and your picture came up a lot. And we're going to get into everything that was.
All right, let's just address that. The only reason she is in this mess having to answer these type questions is because Corey Holcomb pulled a bitch move. He snitched. When him and Antoine got into it, as Antoine was walking out, he was talking about don't be popping up here with no bitches, and you thought you were going to get the bitch on the show, and he said her name, and everybody was like, her. So the only reason she's having to answer all these questions is because Corey Holcomb pulled a whole move. He told, in essence, he snitched. He broke the bro code.
About that, but for full transparency, I think the public should know that I used to be your executive producer for a show that I walked away from, but I know you're still a part of it, and I wish you well. More importantly,
so this nigga got a background with Anton? Makes sense. He got a background with Antoine. If he is the executive producer on a show that he walked away from it, but she's still a part of it. Okay. They got history.
I wanted to what, Micca? No, I do. It was a great show. I had my time there, and I really wish everybody well who's still there. But again, because I have a personal relationship with you and your husband, I know you guys outside of the work that I've done with you. When I saw this information, I thought it was important for me to have a sit-down conversation. At first, I thought, should I even delve into what feels messy? But I think there's a deeper message. Mm-hmm. And I had several people who sent me the content in my DM and said, isn't this your girl? Isn't this the young lady that was on the show you used to produce? I said, sure. And I thought about it. And then I made a decision. We should talk. So thank you kindly for accepting it. Many people know about you, but some people don't. And I think this is the opportunity to let people know who you are. So I know you from a conservative perspective. Yes. I know that you also have your own show and you do much around politics, and you're obviously an aficionado of President Trump. So let's begin to tell people about who you are and more specifically, your role as a conservative.
Okay, well, if you guys don't know, my name is Pop Culture Micca, or just Micca. All right, I am a conservative. I am a Trump supporter, voter, whatever you want to call it. That's what I am. However, my conservative views are not based on Donald Trump. My entire family has always been conservative. We've always had just those types of values. And then when it comes to me being an adult, just having the luxury of smaller government, wanting smaller government, wanting, not to be taxed for every little thing, and just understanding how government actually works. It wasn't a thought for me to not be, liberal.
Yeah. Do you feel that mainstream media accurately represents conservative Black women?
No, absolutely not. I don't think it represents conservative, values or people good at all, but especially not anybody of color.
So what's the difference between a person, and I feel like I know this because I'm conservative as well. Mm-hmm. I am just not a Republican. Mm-hmm. But what's the difference? Sort of elucidate or explain to the public what's the difference in an individual who's a conservative that isn't a Republican and hold those values, and then one who is a conservative and also happens to be a Republican.
Okay, well, there is a difference. However, I'm what's called a Trump Republican or MAGA Republican, right? So I tend to, because I'm a conservative, I vote Republican, but I am registered as a non-affiliate. because my whole thought process is, you want to make sure you listen to both sides, but in this day and age, liberalism has gone just far to the left. So there's no way I would, be able to vote for that. But I want to make sure that I'm not just voting, Republican just because it's a party that I normally agree with. I vote that way because that's where my values lie. But if somebody is, a part of that party, you have to also still press them. You can't just capitulate because you're a part of that party. So that's why I tend to stay non-affiliate. But most of my values and every time I've voted, it's been Republican.
Speaking of President Trump, I know that there was the White House took down a racist video today. By the time this show airs, it would have been much conversation about it. But the racist video was of the Obamas. Their heads were placed on an ape, if you will. What's your take on that? It seems that the mainstream media reported that the president manages his own Twitter account, and about midnight or 12 a.m. sometime is when the video was posted. A video meme, and it appears to be very racist. What say you?
Well, everything that Donald Trump does is racist in the mainstream media's eyes. But when you get into it, the video was, I want to say, maybe a couple seconds long, but the video has all of the Democrats in it. All of them. They only focused on the Obamas because, of course, of the the trope of black people being monkeys or apes or whatever. Would I have personally done it? No, because I know how it will be taken and look and things like that. And I know that the mainstream media doesn't allow for nuance. I know it doesn't allow for certain variations. And I would know that they won't play the entire thing, and that would be the focus. So I wouldn't have done it, but I do understand the video in its context. It's like he's the Lion King, he's the king of the jungle. It's just when you're already hit with a racist trope, even if it's not true, which is, I can understand that because I'm hit with something and it's not true. The perception, you don't want to put out more.
It implies the trope. It implies
right. It implies that that's what you were going for, even if it wasn't.
Correct.
But if there's 100 white people, well, fuck 100 white people. If there's 100 people in the video and 98 of them are white, why is it racist? Because 2 of them are black.
So I wouldn't have done it. But again, anything Donald Trump does is going to be under a microscope.
And let me get your take on what Tim Scott, the only black Republican in the Senate, this is what he said, I quote, "Praying it was fake because it's the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House. The president should remove it."
Well,
do you espouse that thinking?
I don't think it's the most.
It should just it should be. Well, I don't because again, if it's a whole bunch of white Democrats in there depicted as monkeys, and it wasn't just towards the Obamas. They weren't singled out. So why the removal?
Racist thing I've ever seen, or the most racist thing out of this White House. But I don't believe it's appropriate to keep up.
Let's call a thing. Is Donald Trump, President Trump, a racist to you as a conservative Republican, Afro-Latino woman? Is President Trump a racist to you?
No.
Okay. By evidence of what that he isn't?
By evidence of his track record.
And expound what the track record is. So
Donald Trump, it has a track record of actually doing a lot of things for the people, meaning everybody, versus just talking about it, versus just grandstanding and actually not doing anything. But
she don't know what the fuck she talking about. Like, you could not give any tangible things. You couldn't just like point to a HBCU bill, him giving to some black organizations, like him having like some of his best friends are black. You couldn't point to none of that.
Using a group of people to do something, like when he says he's going to hire the best, and if it's a black person, it is because that person is the best, not because I just want to have a figurehead that's just black or that's just Latino. That person is actually a qualified person.
Is Patel Cash a figurehead? Because I think he's the only person of color in the Trump administration. It appears that the bulk of the Trump administration is predominantly white.
No. So the other person would be the HUD secretary. He's also black.
Yeah, who's invisible.
No, he's not invisible.
We don't hear about him.
Well, the mainstream media doesn't promote it. That's not my problem. That's not Trump's problem. That's the mainstream media's problem. Because the mainstream media also doesn't promote the fact that Joe Biden is a racist. And so is Kamala.
Yeah. Now, when you mentioned earlier, and then we'll sort of pivot from Trump, that Trump does something for all people.
Yes.
Give me an example of what all people, including Black Americans and people of color, Black and brown, have benefited from. What is it that he's done for all people that I and others have benefited from?
Well, I would say let's start with immigration, because let's be clear.
Man, I would have started with the stimulus check. The nigga gave us the stimuli. He gave us the check.
The money that gets allocated to immigrants, especially in places like Chicago, can actually go to Black communities, can actually go to Latino communities that are actually here legally, right? When you allocate funds to a group of people that are not paying taxes.
He gave us the Memphis Safe Task Force. Shout out to him for that. We needed that motherfucker.
That don't contribute to the community. And you're not putting them in these white liberal communities. You're putting them in Black communities. You're putting them in communities that are already in despair. When you send ICE there, which, if you ever seen an episode of my show, The Red Cup, I've had Chicago Flips Red on. And Chicago Flips Red are all Black women, and they are Republican. And they talk about the high taxes that the Democrats are putting on the Black liberals there, instead of actually doing fiscally safe policies. All of these things affect Black communities, but they don't put that in the forefront. They only put, Donald Trump just wants to get the Latino community.
Well, by proxy, the money that the jobs that we get to take over as a result of the illegals being shipped out becomes available to us.
Out of there, but there are already Black and brown people there. And by having Donald Trump sending people like ICE, you take those people out and the resources go back to the people that they were actually meant for, not these.
I just want to point out, like, all the modern presidents have had strong immigration policies. This is nothing new. They all have done it.
Illegals that don't have any place here. It's not our job to take care of them. They can go back to wherever they came from, because if it was us in Mexico or any other place around the world, because they come from all over the world, not just Mexico, nobody would care. They would send us back home.
I think that was a colorful response, but you didn't answer my question, because I want to be able to make sure.
No, that is direct, because the funds allocated, those are Black people.
But what I'm asking is, can you anecdotally identify something that President Trump did for all people that myself and other Black and brown people have benefited from, or has leveraged us as a community? I'm just asking for an example.
I just gave one.
Okay.
Which is immigration. Because again, you have places like Chicago. And the reason why I harp on Chicago is because Chicago has the highest, one, if not in the country, the highest deaths among Black youth, Black people in general. They take out Shot Spotter. They take out all of these things.
So when you say immigration specifically, what?
Because immigration is.
Man. Can we get to the meat and potatoes of this shit? Fuck her politics.
Because when they put these immigrants into these Black and brown communities, and preferably Black communities, they take away housing that's for Black people. They take away maybe social services that are for Black people. That directly affects them. You have.
But how does that benefit me and other Black and brown people?
Those are Black people.
But you said it takes away the immigrants. So you're saying that immigrants.
Because my tax dollars are going towards them.
So let me make sure.
Well, Glib, the numbers say Negroes have the highest unemployment still, but is that factoring in that Negroes probably got the most self-owned businesses out there? We have to be leading the world and niggas owning their own business. We own businesses for everything. That's why it may look like it's a whole bunch of Black people unemployed. But they got tax services and shit, nigga. They got businesses, niggas. They entrepreneurs. They bosses.
Understanding the immigrants that are in this country, you're saying that the immigrants here are taking housing.
Now these folks, he's conservative. He said he's conservative. He's challenging her, but she just she's conservative for the shock factor of it. I don't give a damn which side of the fence I'm on. I'm going to speak with some goddamn sense. And the other side ain't wrong all the goddamn time, and this side ain't right all the goddamn time. My president ain't perfect just because he's on my side.
opportunities away from
Absolutely.
Black and brown people.
Absolutely.
This country is made up of immigrants.
No.
All the
This
immigrants.
country, no, we're all not. My
exception,
family is indigenous.
With
We're
the
all not.
exception of
We're all
Black
not.
Americans who were enslaved.
No, not just Black Americans, not just Black Americans, indigenous Americans as well, because my grandmother is indigenous. I am not an immigrant, and neither is my family. So again, they're not here. They're not from here. There's nothing wrong with immigrating here. But there are other people, including other Black people, including other Latino people that came here the right way, that paid all of this money. You get to jump the Rio Grande and think I'm supposed to have sympathy for you.
Let me ask you this, and then we can move on. Do you think white ethnic people in this country are immigrants and also usurping opportunities from Black and brown people?
Absolutely. So you have like the Ukrainians. I'm not for sending my money over there. And a lot of conservatives aren't.
Well, let's just think who's here in America. I mean, you have Polish, you have Germans, English, Irish. You know, so there's so many other immigrants in this country.
They're coming here legally, though. Legally. That's the key word. Legally. Those people do it the right way. So no, they're not usurping anything when they come in the right way.
That are white ethnic people that may usurp opportunities from Black.
And then just because they're foreigners, they have to deal with our American racism. They don't give a fuck. White people don't give a fuck because they skin white like them. You a goddamn foreigner.
Brown people, but it seems to be a focus
only if you're
illegal.
It
seems to be a focus on Black and brown people. Well, I think this may be the perfect opportunity if you are of a different shade immigrant to come to this country, because the focus is now on the fair-skinned, if you will, immigrants. It's on the brown-skinned immigrants.
Nope, that's just what your mainstream media shows you. So
I don't pay attention to the mainstream media.
Okay, well, that's just what maybe liberal media, including the independent ones, like your Don Lemons and them. Yeah. So people like that, they only show that, but you have your Chinese immigrants, okay? Because you have the Chinese that come over here, and they have something called where they come and have babies, right? And their babies get citizenship, and then they go back to China, right?
All I know is none of these people that own gas stations was worried about ICE coming over here and fucking with none of them. Just they wasn't worried about it at all. Business was running as usual. They was like, "What's up, officers? How y'all doing? Y'all want some chicken? Y'all need a vape?"
They come and they do a lot of these legal houses, and they just found one in Nevada where they had a whole lab set up. And they came over during the open border. So it's just not brown people, right? It's Chinese, it's other, Middle Eastern countries, but that's other white countries.
That may be plausible.
Everybody that is illegal, came through that southern border because it was wide open.
That may be plausible, but that's not what the Trump administration propagates. I'm just talking about what his
yes, he does.
The Trump administration.
They don't stress it. Donald Trump has said plenty of times, and again, I use the most notable ones for liberals, right? Which is the Ukrainians. He didn't want to send any of our money over there. And you know who wanted to? The liberals. And I know why, because you have people who benefit from that. People in the Democratic Party and some rhinos in the Republican Party that benefit from sending our money over there.
Fair enough. All right. What do you think most people feel about Black and brown conservatives? When people hear that you are a conservative or they hear that I'm a conservative, what do you think the misunderstanding is?
I think the misunderstanding is saying that you're trying to sell out to white supremacy.
Okay.
And I think that's an awful trope, because white supremacy would be that this party owns me, that this party is entitled to my vote, because we should treat voting like we treat anything else. It's what have you done for me lately? Okay. I'm not born in 1963, 64, 65. Okay. So there have been plenty of things that have happened. Every time there is I vote Democrat because of the civil rights. Well, this is years later. What have you done? Absolutely nothing. And most of the policies that I can recall in, a span of which I would have been born in, you have policies that have hurt Black people. You have the crime bill. You have poor immigration. You have the housing crash. All of these things that Democrats had a high role in, if not implemented. So yes, when I look at that, I think the bad trope of saying, well, you just want to be a part of the white man. Well, which white man? Because both of the parties are controlled by the majority. So which white man is the best? Who's ISIS coder? That's what I get from it. And I think, honestly and truly, that
the lesser of two evils, which is why you should be independent.
Well, evil is an evil. So again, that's why I have no problem with calling out, rhino Republicans, because there are plenty of Republicans that I don't like.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, George Bush is number one. It used to be Dick Cheney, but I'm giving him grace because he's gone. Those are my highest two on my list because those two impacted my generation, right? There are others, but again, just like with Democrats in the past, I look at what's in my generation, and I think the George Bush era was just a horrible era. I mean, because it ushered in a lot of policies that took away a lot of freedoms, like the Patriot Act and other just ridiculous policies.
All right, so let's get into Anton Daniels. Here's my thinking. With your vast erudition knowledge in politics, was that the connection or bond? Because as I understand, he's a conservative, and much of his rhetoric, if you will, is political.
Correct.
Is that fair to say?
That's fair.
That is fair. Was that the bond or the connection between you and Anton?
Absolutely. So I was a watcher of Anton's content way before, I actually knew Anton. So that is one of the bases of my connection with Anton, and also the financial conservatism too, because Anton knows a lot about financial decisions.
Okay, and how would you describe your political relationship with him?
Political relationship, what do you mean?
Yeah, so is it primarily the relationship or the friendship you have is primarily about politics?
Well, no, the relationship that we have now is primarily business.
Or prior to, when you say now, there's an emphasis that maybe it was different prior to.
No, the only prior to is before I knew him. So before I knew him, of course, I'm a consumer at that point. Yeah. So I'm, looking at Anton, like I said, from the conservative politics and the fiscally conservative shows he used to have.
Yeah. And what was it that caught your attention to stay connected to the work that he does?
Before I knew him?
Yep.
Oh,
you said you was a consumer of his work. Yeah.
It would be like the Millionaire Morning Show. That's actually what I did watch. I didn't know Anton's other shows until we started working together.
Sure.
But the Millionaire Morning Show, it has, like I said, it has different components of news, financial information, politics,
sure,
and a little bit of pop culture, which is my lane.
Yeah. And even with that being your lane, how did the lanes collided, if you will? Meaning that at some point, either you reach out, you email, you DM, you say, hey, this is great work you're doing. It's something that I'm interested in knowing more about. How was that establishment?
So Anton reached out to me.
Sure.
And, he asked.
Well, let me ask you this, just for clarity for the public. When you say he reached out to you, so if you're a consumer of his work, how does he know to reach out to you?
He doesn't know to reach out to me.
So
it just happens that, I watch a lot of people.
Sure.
Online, but it just happened that he emailed me. I have my email up on my Instagram. I have it up on my
Yeah, but that's what
YouTube.
I'm asking. How did he know? How did he establish connection with you to know to email you?
Well, from what he told me, somebody sent him my work.
I sure was like, she ducking the fuck out that question. I'm glad she finally got to it. From what he told me, somebody reached out, because I'm sure like what this nigga was he looking at your profile picture, was like, ooh, hot mama. Did you drop in this chat and say, what's up, Antoine? I got a show, let's collab. Okay, good. You finally said it. Let me skip it back, because I was wondering.
To know to email you.
Well, from what he told me, somebody sent him my work. And so he wanted to work with me, so he emailed me.
Okay, so someone sent him your information, and then he decided to reach out to you.
Mm-hmm. Somebody sent him my content, and he decided to look me up. He got my email, sent me email.
And if you can be transparent, what did he say in the email, or what did he say that established your interest to move to the next step?
Well, when I got the email, I already knew who Anton Daniels was, because I'm watching Anton Daniels.
Yeah.
So he asked if
I like this nosy nigga. He is nosy as hell, but he like getting to the meat and potatoes of this shit. To be transparent, what the nigga say? What did the email say? I would have asked that question.
If I would be interested in doing an interview. I said sure.
Okay. And the interview, does he normally invite guests to come on?
All the time.
Oh, he does?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anton has like one-on-ones with pretty much anybody. If his audience finds somebody intriguing, which is how he found me in the first place, then he'll bring them on, or if he finds them intriguing.
Yeah. And then you establish this sort of cordial friendship, if you will. Mm-hmm. It's a friendship at that point, because you weren't working.
No. So once I did after I did the interview did really, really well.
Okay.
Especially
and what was the
for
interview about?
everything. Anton asked me stuff from relationships, like my thoughts on relationships, because Anton does relationship panels and all of these
Sure.
things. So from relationships to politics to whatever he can come up with.
So it wasn't really a targeted subject, if you will.
Nope.
It was just, I want to have you on and I want to interview you about whatever comes to mind, whatever he is interested in talking about.
Correct.
Some people would say that's a cake bake. Do you feel it was?
What's a cake bake?
A cake bake is when I have a sort of a hidden agenda, if you will, for reaching out to a specific person.
We call it a honey pot. You get a fine gal to lure a sucker in so you can rob them.
Sort of making you believe that it's one thing and it could be something else. I may have insidious characteristics. And then once I'm able to lure you in, if you will, I sort of cake bake that situation, meaning that now I have your attention and I have you a part of my space, if you will.
Well, I've never heard of that, but yeah. I mean,
that's why
there could be people that can, but I can tell you right now, Anton was always like straight on for it, professional. Like there was really
no. I'm not questioning his.
I'm just saying like there's nothing really that would fit into what you were, what you're describing. Yeah.
So to you, based on my definition of cake bake, inviting you to come onto the show to have a conversation about no particular topic, or at least a topic that he would serve as a prowess, did not feel like a cake bake.
No, because and let's be clear, especially in the independent podcasting space.
Sure.
Some podcasters are, particular. You and I would be amongst the top because a lot of them don't really have an actual angle. Yeah. They get around, they talk, they do this, that, and the third. So it's not uncommon that somebody might say, "Oh, I like what you said there. Hey, you want to come on the show?" And it might not be anything in my field or lane, but that doesn't stop them from reaching out.
And where's the show taped?
So he tapes in Detroit.
So he's in Detroit. So you had to fly out to Detroit?
Correct.
Did he or the show pay for you to come out?
Correct.
And did they pay for your room and board as well?
Correct.
So you stayed in a hotel. Actually, let me pose that as a question. Did you stay in a hotel?
Correct.
You did stay in a hotel. And you stayed alone in a hotel?
Correct.
Okay, just because these are questions that have come in, so I just want to bring some clarity. At what point do you believe the public and other people started paying attention to your friendship?
I think probably when I started to actually be a regular.
Okay, so give us that timeline from when he flew you out, you participated as a guest.
This nigga asking all the real nigga questions. I like this nigga, even though he looked like a Tubi actor, he playing the hell out of his part.
Done with the show. You fly back home. At what point from that last time up until you became a regular were you in communication with him?
So,
like months?
So after I did the first interview,
sure.
Probably maybe a couple of weeks after the interview aired and Anton could actually see how it was doing, I got a really good response from his audience. And so his audience decided, to people that don't know Anton, sure. Anton is a big advocate of what his viewers and his watchers think, his chat, all of that. He calls them his co-host. A chat is like Anton is
advocate of, you were saying
of listening to what they like.
I see. Okay.
So if they like this or that, he will pay attention to it, and he'll try to implement that in the show. So Anton watched how everybody pretty much.
Now I gotta compare his interview to Tasha K to see who asked the nosier questions. From a few clips I saw, Tasha K, she was nosy. And she asked my name, Micca, can your husband take a gal out to the basketball? Can he fly a gal out and take her to the Laker game?
Love the interview. They either, like this part about it. Oh, I think we think she's smart. We like this. She's pretty, blah, 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 whatever. And so
people actually said you were pretty because you are. Yeah. You're beautiful. But we used to work together once, so I know this stuff. But I just want to make sure that I'm really captivating the responses that the public wants. So people were saying, you know, based on what he shared with you, that people said you were beautiful, you were smart.
No, it's not based on what he was sharing with me. It's based on what's still on the page.
I see.
Yeah. So you can see that in the comment section. And of course, when it aired, you can see it in the chat.
Sure.
So you see all of these different things and you're like, okay, well, if this is something that people are interested in, then I should explore more on it.
Okay.
And so Anton decided that he was going to revamp one of his channels that he canceled, called Fight Club or something like that. And he decided to make it like a nightly talk show. Okay. And when I guess he went on one of his live streams and as the bag chasers, as they're called, what they thought, and a lot of them, bring Micca. And so
you were heavily requested, your appearance.
Yes. And you can, and I tell people this all the time, with Anton, 99% of the things that he does is on camera. Yeah. So you can go back and just look at the comments. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just curious, does he also recruit males? Yes. So right now the team is made up, if you will. So let me make sure I understand this. The show, which are
like this nigga. You're like, yeah, so is he recruiting niggas or just bitches? How many men on the squad?
Are you hired by him currently on a show?
It's called Room 9 now, but at the time it's called After Hours. Mm-hmm.
So it's called Room 9. Mm-hmm. It was called After Hours. And how many regular guests or co-hosts rather are on there? I want to say 5 or 6 now. So when it started, it was just me and Quentin. Okay. A gentleman named Quentin. Sure. And then grew. Okay. And now it's made up of male-female ratio, which correct. Is what's the male-female ratio? So 1, 2, 3, so maybe 4 females, 3 males. 4 females, 3 males. Okay. Yeah. Are you a paid employee? Correct. Well, yeah. I'm contracted. Contracted. Correct. Yeah. And do you have to fly out every time? No. Most of it is virtually. Only when we're actually like doing something, some like a bunch of content where we have to go there. Yeah. What sealed the deal for you in working with Anton, or at least felt comfortable to say, I want to stay on as a contractor and I really like what he has? What sealed that deal? So you become a guest and then you go back home and then you decided to accept the offer, if you will. But what sealed it for you? What sealed it is I had already started in my podcasting process, and while I was there, I just in that small day and a half window, I got to see Anton's work ethic. Sure. And I got to see what goes on behind the scenes in podcasting and what actually how I can actually get to these numbers and just things that a lot of people charge for. Yep. A lot of people sometimes, especially in Black and brown communities, don't want to tell, like it's some type of secret, yep. or somebody's gonna steal their job. Yep. And so I was able, to benefit from being able to see this firsthand. Mm-hmm. And that was something. And he was very open about showing me this or that and the third, because it wasn't a sense of, oh, this is a threat if I tell you this, or you're going to tell other people and I'm not going to be able to make money. Sure. So right now, your role as a co-host is virtual. Correct. How often do you fly, or what would be the need to fly to Detroit? Only if we're doing other content. So like we did content one time for a couple times, but in the beginning, the first time was for my channel. Sure. So I needed to do a one-on-one interview. So I got to do that plus our after hours. Okay. Let me ask you this. Does Anton have you on an NDA? I've read that somewhere. A non-disclosure agreement for people who don't know. Yeah, they always said it because some people pay attention to. But does he have you on one? No, I'm not on NDA. So you're not on NDA. No, I'm not on NDA. But he does give out NDAs to a lot of people. If not staff, you mean staff? Anybody that he works with. So they don't have to be staff if he just maybe interviewed you or whatever. But were you ever on an NDA? No. So what's the exception? Why are you an exception?
I like this nigga. I'ma stop judging if this is how Tubi niggas getting it up. I like Tubi.
I don't think I'm an exception because I don't ask, who's on an NDA, so I don't know.
But you know that other
But
people
I have
are.
seen him, put people on NDA. But as far as staff go, I don't ask. It's almost like at your job, you don't go, well, what's your salary?
Oh,
what's your salary?
Oh no, they do.
Depending on who
you're
not supposed to.
They don't. They wouldn't ask me.
With HR, you're not supposed to.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, I've never inquired to the other hosts if they have it or not, because I really don't care.
Now, are you paid per episode?
No, I'm paid per month.
Per month?
Yeah, like YouTube.
Wow. How much does he pay you?
It depends.
The range.
It depends because we bring in a lot of super chats, which is extra money that the audience gives.
And that's the way he makes the money for the show?
No. Okay. YouTube has AdSense and he has sponsorships, things like that. So all of that is factored in, plus anything that the audience gives as well.
Sure. So how much does he pay you? We were just talking about that range. Unless you want to specifically say how much.
I'm not going to give a specific
because that's the NDA characteristic.
No, that's my
Or
that's
you want to protect him?
That's
so
my
business.
How much? That's my business nonsense, because there are other people on that show. I do not know how much.
So then let's give a range.
My nigga said, hold up, bitch. We not gonna no. Are you trying to protect this nigga? How much this nigga pay you? We just saying. How much is he paying you? I mean, he said he the bag chaser. Like, what the hell? Why you can't say, well, these nigga give me I make $350,000 a year. Like, why you can't just say that? He say he a millionaire. He said he make like a ridiculous ass number, a ridiculous ass amount of millions a month, to where he would be like making over $100 million a year type money. He said he make a month off YouTube, not off anything else, off YouTube. So you can't tell us how much he paying you as co-host?
Want to specifically say how much?
I'm not going to give a specific
because that's the NDA characteristic.
No, that's
Oh, that's the NDA characteristic. You can't tell how much you make, nigga. See, she should have said, if you tell me how much you make on Talk Perspective, I tell you how much I make on my show. That's how they could have did that. Big bank take little bank. That's the NDA characteristic.
That's my.
Or
that's
you want
my
to protect
business.
him?
That's
so
my
how
business.
Much?
That's my business mind.
How much, that little bitch? How much? We're like, how much? Either you try to protect him or you're not. How much do he pay you?
Sense, because there are other people on that show. I do not know how much.
So then let's give a range, because the range doesn't pinpoint the range.
It don't matter how much other people make. But saying that, when you say something like that, you pretty confident you make more than all of them, because he done told you make more than all of them.
That's why I said I can do the range.
Yeah, sure.
You asked me to pinpoint.
Sure. What's the range?
So I can do a range of anywhere between 2 to maybe 35.
To what? I don't know. You said $2 to
35.
2,000
to 35
to 3,500 a month.
Correct.
Okay, for your
I'm only on that show. So there are some people that are on 5 days a week. There are some people that are on 1 day a week. And for me, I'm only on Thursdays and Fridays.
Okay. So Thursdays and Fridays, you make a good amount of money just for Thursdays and Fridays?
Correct.
Yeah. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of what's been out there. Mm-hmm. So I understand that Anton is married. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you're married?
Correct.
Correct. Have you met Anton's wife?
Yes.
How would you describe her?
Oh, she's when I say probably one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life, that lady is probably one of the nicest people I've ever met. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And has Anton met your husband? In person?
Absolutely not.
He has not met him in person. Has he met him over the phone or in DM? What other form of introduction when you say not in person?
Because a lot of people assume she's when I say probably one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life, that lady is probably one of the nicest people I've ever met. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And has Anton met your husband?
In person? Absolutely not.
He has not met him in person. Has he met him over the phone or in DM? What other form of introduction when you say not in person?
Did she say absolutely not? Did I hear that wrong? It sounded like she said absolutely not when he said, has he met your husband?
Probably one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. That lady is probably one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Yeah. And has Anton met your husband?
In person, absolutely not.
He has not met
No.
him in person. Has
No.
he met him over the phone or in DM? What other form of introduction when you say not in person?
Because a lot of people assume that, when you have to see people, it has to be in person, or that if you don't meet them in person, then it's something or whatever. So
no, so I'm saying, what's the form of communication?
I mean,
that he met.
I mean, husband? they don't have a form of communication where they talk back and forth.
Hey man, this nigga is good. Y'all need to go over and subscribe to Orlando damn channel. He only got 4.56K subscribers. Y'all, this nigga, he is the journalist we never knew we needed. We could get past the corny tuber look because this nigga asks the hard-hitting questions and he will argue with your ass for a little bit. And then be like, all right, let's move on. But he will argue with you. This nigga needs to be promoted.
Yeah, but you said he did not meet your husband in person.
No.
Is that to imply that he met him virtually?
No.
So he's never met your husband?
No.
And why is that?
No particular reason.
Sure.
Just
you didn't met his wife, but he ain't met your husband. What? Your husband ain't wanted to meet your boss that you had to fly out of town to get up with? Your husband ain't met your boss that's taking you to courtside seats and things of that nature? All right, cool.
I've never.
That's why Tasha K got her ass. I need that interview. I don't know. I gotta see how much Tasha K charged for this shit, but you definitely gotta pay to watch it. You gotta subscribe to her website.
I've never had to actually do anything where my husband was there, and so if he's there, like if my like when we work together, is here, so my husband's come here. But if
when we first met and worked together,
we were in person as well.
Your husband came.
Yeah, we were here. We were here in the DC area. Yes, my husband came.
Yes.
So again, if he was here, then yes. But most of my business dealings, and not if not all.
So your husband ain't never want to fly out with you? Bro, so like shit, I met your husband. How come this nigga ain't met your husband? I know I met your husband because I ain't fucking you.
I usually have a manager or somebody else deal with that. So that's the reason why I it's not a thing. But I talk to my husband.
Glib, mad. Are y'all buying this bullshit? Are y'all buying this bullshit? Imagine if the shoe was on the other foot and we was dodging, introducing our gal to our female boss. Just imagine we had a female boss and I'd have met the female boss husband, but I keep dodging introducing my gal to the female boss. What you think your gal would think?
Husband about it.
How long have you and Anton been business partners or friends?
We're business partners.
Yeah.
And
so you're not a friend, because I don't want to provide language that's inaccurate.
That's why I changed it.
Yeah.
We're business partners. Absolutely.
You're not friends.
No.
Okay.
Friends would imply that we hang outside of business.
Not necessarily. Well, yes,
yeah,
correct.
Yeah, like
outside of business.
Yeah,
correct.
like not we were, me and you were shooting here.
Ma'am, y'all wasn't making no basketball content. Y'all wasn't making no content courtside at the Pistons game and the Lakers game and shit, man. What the fuck? That wasn't business. Not for you anyway. He probably wrote it off as a business expense, but for you, it wasn't no goddamn business, bitch. You was on his own.
Here and then we just get something to eat afterwards, but we are doing business.
Yes.
I'm saying, hey, are you up? Are you available today? Or you want to go out to the blah blah blah?
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
But do you believe it was important at some point for you to introduce your husband to Anton?
Yeah. Because
I'm sure his wife thought it was important to meet you.
So I can't speak on what his wife thought.
Correct.
But the one time that.
Man, the proof is in the motherfucking pudding. She met your motherfucking ass, so it was important for her to meet you.
That I would have is when we had an event here, but he had to work. So, I mean,
but have you made it a concerted effort to make it happen? We do what we want to do when we want to do it for whom we want to do it for, and if something is really important. Important to you and your family, either on your end as a wife, you
Ahmad Rashad, maybe.
absolutely make a concerted effort.
well,
That suit ugly as hell too, but we'll get over that because he asking all the good questions. This nigga look like a funeral home director.
For this man, or
go ahead.
Or Anton, as a man, says, I want to meet your husband just because you're married, and I don't want any messaging or anything else to be misconstrued by him or the public. So it's fair that I introduce myself. Has that conversation happened?
No,
He's spitting game. He speaking game. She know that shit ain't right.
that conversation has not happened, and I understand what you're saying.
She must got a green card.
My thing, again, my business dealings is normally with me, my manager, things like that. But it's not without my husband knowing. So everything that I do, every place that I go, everything that I'm going to be doing, my husband knows. And I have to actually talk about it with him, tell him what I'm doing, things like that.
How did you reassure your husband this was strictly business? Like if my wife is flying to another state,
because of
at some point I'm going, or I need to meet this person.
Real nigga shit. Orlando or Octavius or whatever the fuck his name is, he ain't going. Get her.
In person, and it doesn't matter to me if he's single or married. It doesn't matter to me if he feels that he wants to meet me. I want my wife to be very committed and loyal to the idea of her business engagements. I should be comfortable with as a husband. Do you understand?
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
Sure.
But my thing is, I think a lot of people sometimes misconstrue is this. You guys separate for some reason, independent from like big conglomerates, right? So if there's a person that has a business,
sure,
it automatically changes from if Disney calls you, right? Because there have been other things that I have done as far as movie sets and other things that my husband has not gone to, and nobody would bat an eye if I'm.
Is she comparing a movie set to her being out on dates with her boss? On a movie set, it's a whole bunch of people there, and you ain't going on dates with your boss.
Talking to the director, or if I'm going to meet, for a shoot for this or that, your spouse is not always coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's a hoe. Tell that to a man. Nigga, you know how many men had they goddamn wife on set? Cause she'll drive this motherfucker crazy if he don't. You know how many men had they women backstage at the concert? Cause they'll lose their shit if you don't. You know how many women be on the team planes on these sports teams? The fuck are you talking about? Where there's a will, there's a way. That's what men gotta go through. But you as a woman, you ain't gotta go through that.
And so I think the notion that just because is this person, and I understand.
Hell, regular businessmen, wives accompany them on road trips sometimes. This nigga gotta go to conferences. They be at the hotel shopping and shit while he at work all goddamn day. I don't understand what the fuck she's talking about. You just give so many examples of gals coming along. They be on tour buses and everything. Fuck is wrong with you?
and that people have their own thoughts and perceptions of people. But I think a lot of the times when it comes down to people who are in independent media, they think it's more of a personal level, and still it's business.
Yeah. But I think what people may feel befuddled or confused by is at some point you put the business aside when rumors are brewing, when images are plastered all over social media.
Now you're talking about a year later.
Okay, so before a year later, let me ask you this. Has there ever been a concern from your husband about your business relationship with Anton?
My business relationship, absolutely not. Because one, he can watch it. Like he can literally sit there and watch it. And then two.
But yeah, see, she hid it behind business relationship, not personal. She's trying to act like they don't have a personal relationship. It's just all business. And he don't get to see what's on camera, ma'am. He don't get to see what happens when you land and all of that shit. He don't get to see in between you being on camera. Just stop it. She sucks. A man could never get away with this terrible story.
If he has a concern or anything he wants to know, I just tell him.
Has he ever been incredulous? Skeptical? Has he been with your flying out there, or depending on how long you stay, or just the mere fact that I never even met this person? Has he just had that?
Then he threw the word out, incredulous. I like this nigga.
Sort of incredulity, if you will, about not meeting your male business partner.
So I think he would like to be, more involved with coming out there, but again, and you know what my husband does for a living, sure. So it's not feasible.
No, it's feasible.
He would like, so the nigga want to come out there, and you won't just be like, why he can't, the room being paid for any damn way, bitch. You can't, y'all married, y'all can't sleep in the whatever size bed. What's the problem with him being in the hotel while y'all record? He ain't got to be on set with you. Listen to this bullshit.
You will, about not meeting your male business partner.
So I think he would like to be, more involved with coming out there, but again, and you know what my husband does for a living, sure. So it's not feasible.
No, it's feasible.
You know what my husband does for a living. Sound like your husband has PTO for this nigga to say, oh, it's feasible.
Well, because here's how I see it. If Anton has to get on an airplane and come and meet your husband out of respectability, then that's what I mean.
I think he made that word up, respectability, but he's absolutely correct. The only way you don't do that as a man is because you fucking this nigga wife. You don't want to be that dirty. That's the only reason why.
If I was talking about feasible for if anytime I have to get up and go do something. And it's not.
Oh, I know that because your husband hasn't always been on the show when we were doing something, so I get that.
Correct, and so that's what I mean by it's not always feasible. But if it was to that point where he wanted to have Anton do something, or if it was I want to go, sure. That would have been fine.
Yeah,
but it's never I don't, how should I say it?
That would have been fine, but you literally just said he would like to go. He would like to accompany you. Yet it hasn't happened.
Give I need to hide this, or it's just, I just really feel that because this is independent, that we are not looking at it as business because
what is independent?
Because this is so this is your business here.
Sure.
I can talk to you directly instead of having to talk to 1,001 people to get to you.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
With that, it's still a business, but I can talk directly to you. So I can talk directly to Anton. So being that I can talk directly to Anton, I think people get a sense of that. Well, because you can do that, then now it's something more happening if you go meet with this person.
Yeah.
versus looking at it still the same. Yeah, this is not a big corporation, but this is still business, and this is still a person that is going to be employing me, contracting me, whatever. That still has to happen.
Antoine told her to say this shit.
If I was flying to Disney has to pay for my room and board. Disney has to do this, that, and the third. And so again, I think because it's a singular person that is easily accessible per se.
That's right. Yep.
Now it's a different notion. Well, this must be for this, instead of looking at it as business.
So let's call a thing, if you will. And I want to really drive it home. Mm-hmm. Has Anton ever flirted with you?
Flirted with me as a sense of what? Just
no.
Men, do y'all see how women play dumb when they want to? That's everybody. Like, flirt only got one goddamn definition. There's only one definition. Either you're flirting or you're not. And we know what flirting intimates. That person fucking likes you. They're attracted to you. This man's to hear flirting with you in like what sense? Bitch.
Let's call a thing, if you will. And I want to really drive it home. Mm-hmm. Has Anton ever flirted with you?
Flirted with me as a sense of what? Just naturally, like we're sitting here, or because I'm gonna explain.
Well, I don't want to get into wordsmithing.
No, there's no wordsmithing. Okay. The reason why I'm asking,
because then we got
it is wordsmithing, bitch. It's like, even if you and Octavius her is sitting there and he start complimenting you, bitch, that's flirting. It don't matter what it doesn't matter what context you want to put it in, ma'am. Flirting is flirting. Giving a compliment is one thing, but that's where you give one compliment, you move the fuck on. This bitch is too old to be acting like she don't know what flirting is.
So I want to talk about some pictures too.
Okay. I got you. But the reason why I'm asking is because there's two different things, right?
Get it, Octavius.
Anton does things for content, and then there's things that Anton will do.
So he acting when he flirt for content.
If we're just sitting here.
Okay.
So if you're saying personally, if me and Anton was just sitting here, no. Now, if you're talking about for content, when we're doing the virtual rooms and things for the show, Anton has said multiple things. So that's why I asked, which one are you talking about?
So let me hear a few of the multiple things that he said that was a flirt.
What people would consider if he's, saying,
not people, what you considered as a flirt.
I would say probably if he's like, oh, Micca.
Man, girl, you look bad. I ain't talking about physically. I'm talking about these interviews. I don't know. I think Tasha K beat you up pretty bad too, but you're not doing well on these interviews at all. You made it worse.
You're so cute, right? But the problem that I have with it is because I know he's doing it for content, right? And he's.
Ma'am, sexual harassment is sexual harassment. You can't make me feel uncomfortable or do something that I don't like it. It could jeopardize my marriage for content, sir. You cannot do that. Especially if you ask me for permission and I tell you, no, I'm uncomfortable with that. He cannot continue to do that for content.
He's not actually talking to me. However, I will say what I probably should have paid more attention to is the fact that people take content as real life instead of just content, right? Because I come from a world where I know entertainment is entertainment, and people say this and that, with reality shows, all of that. It's just for entertainment. And they go, the cameras cut off and they don't really hate each other. They talk to each other.
But has he said those things to you privately?
No, and that's why I asked
It's all been on the show?
Yes, that's why I asked you the difference. And that's why I wanted to make that distinction. Because if I just said, he said this word, you would probably think it's just because we're sitting here. That's why I said, no. He has done it for content while we're all, and mind you, he says it to not just me, other women on the panel.
And how did you feel when a married man said that to a married woman?
Again, at first, because you don't understand,
Hey man, this nigga needs a Pulitzer, a press award, or something.
Who doesn't
content.
understand?
Meaning, well, I'm talking about myself.
Yeah.
So again, being on YouTube, when you don't understand certain bounds of YouTube panels and things like that, people on panels say all types of egregious stuff or whatever to get reactions from the crowd, right? And so you might personally take stuff a certain way when they were just doing it as a reaction to get people in the crowd.
And so how did you feel?
I didn't feel a certain way. I didn't say anything because I was a little off-putted. But once I understood what he was trying to do, I'm like, okay, well.
This bitch is dumb. How did you feel? I didn't feel any type of way. It was off-putting. As if off-putting isn't a goddamn feeling. I ain't say nothing. This bitch is dumb.
You can't say this and that and the third. It's okay if you're like, okay, I have beautiful women on my panel. That is fine, right? Because people can acknowledge that people look nice and things like that. But it's when it becomes personalized that it looks funny to the audience.
How does his wife feel? Has his wife Rita ever expressed to you her disdain, or have you heard her discuss something with him about her disapproval of saying that to you on a show? Even because well, let me just say this just before you answer. I think there's a line you draw in the sand when I say something because it's content. So I'm
now Octavius, him and his wife may have their understanding that that's what the fuck he gonna do. But she, as a co-host and a worker, as an employee, says she's uncomfortable by the shit. He can't continue to do it. If she's not to her, anybody else that say it's cool, it's cool. But if she's offended by it, he gotta stop. Otherwise, it turns into unwanted comments, sexual harassment, i.e. But now, dude and his wife may have an understanding, so his wife may not say nothing to her because she understands it's business.
Producing content here, I'm doing a show, and if I say to you, knowing your husband, wow, you look so beautiful and you're so gorgeous, boy, I wish we could probably just go for a nice drink. That's disrespectful.
Yeah, but he's never said that to me.
Yeah, but
totally
he may not have used my words. I'm just saying.
No, he's never done that. Period. Like, oh, well, let's go for it.
But he's called you beautiful.
Oh, yes.
And gorgeous.
Yes.
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 On the show.
Yes.
And to you, that's not a problem. Because it's happened more than once.
Correct.
And I'm not trying to make it a problem.
She said it was off-putting. This nigga is good.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Sure.
Let me answer your question. So yes, he said beautiful, gorgeous, whatever. But there's not like, well, I want to take you to the whatever, or let's do this and this.
Ain't they been out the country? Haven't they been out the country?
And that it's just.
Well, he's taking you somewhere. Let's look at this picture. You guys were at a game when you said he wanted to take me somewhere. Now, I'll be honest. When I saw.
What is business about this for her? Social media presence? She could have paid. He could have did. He didn't need you there for that. He could have took the same picture by himself or with an unmarried woman. Because again, he could write that off. He could use you as a tax write-off, but what do you gain out of it? Scrutiny? A couple followers on IG?
This picture, I was flabbergasted.
Why?
Because
wait.
My nigga said flabbergasted.
You guys were at a game when you said he wanted to take me somewhere. Now, I'll be honest. When I saw this picture, I was.
If he don't make it doing this, he would make an excellent broadcast journalist for like sports. He would be an excellent sportscaster.
flabbergasted.
Why?
Because
Wait.
Sure.
So go back to what you were
Yes.
saying, because you can't intertwine the two. So you were asking,
Sure.
was he expounding on
Flirt.
on the certain type of things that he says, and we were talking about him saying it's beautiful, whatever, but not expounding in that way.
Yes.
Now, what is your question that you're asking now? Because
Well, I think I asked it, was it disrespectful? Did you feel that it was disrespectful? And I think you answered it by saying no, because you realize that it's content and people do these shows and they say things. And you also clarified it by saying outside of the show, that has never happened. Would that be correct, what I heard?
Right. But
Yes.
but you use the hook at the end to say, well, he's taking you somewhere.
Well, I think you said something.
Yeah, she did take you somewhere. You was at the fucking game with him courtside. That's taking you somewhere. Hey, man, she ain't right. She is not right in the head. She's a narcissist.
Thing, and we can probably roll it back in post-production. You said something about when we go places or he takes me somewhere, and that's what made me say.
So what I said was he's not adding
This nigga's vocabulary is extensive. I'm impressed.
on to the beautiful or gorgeous, saying, dang, you're so
correct.
gorgeous
Yes.
that I want to take you to the whatever, so we can do this.
And I
have a drink
thought we clarified that, because I said those are my words. That's what I say, and you did say he doesn't say that.
No.
Right, and I didn't want to put words in his mouth, but I wanted to be clear. So let's go to the picture.
Okay.
Tell us about this. How did this happen?
So this was the day that we did the interview. So as you
The show did an interview, or just you and him?
this was my interview day.
The first day.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
So this is my interview day, because you can go and you can see the outfits, the same
Sure.
outfit, same everything. Now what he is doing here is he had already a business meeting set up there. So there is.
That's what he told you.
No,
correct?
that's
So what the
that's
fuck
I'm
were
not
you
saying that's
doing
what
there?
He told you as if that was a cake bake.
If he had an interview already set up, ma'am, what the fuck did he need you there for? What was your purpose? Why? I was sitting there looking at this bitch sideways the whole time. Just really? This the excuse you gonna go with? This the first time I did my interview, so he flew you out and took you to the Pistons game, courtside.
Told you he had a business meeting and you were invited.
No.
Okay.
So again, back there, probably like on the first level there is a area where if you have, your high roller seats and things like that, you I don't know what they call it there in Detroit, but here in DC, they call it maybe the Ultra Club and things like that, where all the people that have club seats, things like that. Yeah. You have, of course, conference rooms, other things up there. And back there is where he had his meetings. He met a couple of high profile people. They were talking about sponsorships. They were talking about interviews, a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah. I still don't think you answered the question. What I'm trying to
what was I doing there?
How did, because I said he.
Yes, he had a business meeting set up and dude said with you and you said no. So how the fuck you end up there? I'm gonna skip it back. See, men, y'all gotta pay attention to when these women be talking. They think they slick. This nigga is not going. He is going places though.
An area where if you have, your high roller seats, there is.
That's what he told you.
No,
correct?
that's what happened.
No, I'm not.
Now, what he is doing here is he had already a business meeting set up there. So there is.
That's what he told you.
No,
correct?
that's what happened.
No, I'm not saying that's what he told you as if that was a cake bake. He told you he had a business meeting and you were invited.
No.
Okay.
So again.
He told you he got a business meeting and you're invited. She said no. You weren't invited to the business meeting, yet you end up at the meeting. So his question was, how in the fuck you end up there? And he's correct. You did not answer that. How in the fuck did you end up there if you weren't invited? Hey, I got a business meeting. You invited. No, that's not how it happened.
Back there, probably like on the first level there is.
That's what he told you.
No,
correct?
That's what happened.
No, I'm not saying that's what he told you as if that was a cake bake. He told you he had a business meeting and you were invited.
No.
Okay.
So again, back there, probably like on the first level there is an area where if you have, your high roller seats and things like that, you I don't know what they call it there in Detroit, but here in DC, they call it maybe the Altar Club and things like that, where all the people that have club seats, things like that. Yeah, you have, of course, conference rooms, other things up there. And back there is where he had his meetings. He met a couple of high-profile people. They were talking about sponsorships. They were talking about interviews, a whole lot of stuff.
No, I still don't think you answered the question. What I'm trying to
you asked, what was I doing there?
How did, because I said he had a business meeting and invited you, and you said no. So you didn't fall out the sky. They didn't open up the dome and you came down.
Hey man, y'all need to go over there and subscribe to Orlando Octavius over there on Talk Perspective. I subscribed in the middle of the stream. His nigga holding her accountable. You're like, ho. You ain't answered the question. And like, bitch, you ain't just fall out the sky. How the fuck you get there if you say this nigga didn't invite you? How you get to meet all the high rollers and shit if you weren't invited? You didn't pay for your own goddamn ticket.
Down on a harness into the meeting. So what I'm saying is
hold on. Answer your actual question.
So this is what I'm saying. The interview is over. The one-on-one interview is over, correct?
Correct.
What?
Then this bitch said, ask your question. Motherfucker, he did. How the fuck you end up there?
Does the conversation sound like to invite you to come here?
Okay.
Because I said you were invited and you said no.
Okay. So no, that's not what I said. But
you lying, bitch. You did say no. You said no when he said no. That's what he told you. He had a business meeting as to say it was a cake bait. That I got a business meeting and you're invited. And you said no. And then you went to explaining about a high roller level and shit. Then he said, nah, bitch, you did not answer the question. And he explained to you clearly. You said that you were not invited. He repeated it again. He had a business meeting and invited you. You said no. And he said, well, shit, how you get that in? You didn't fall out of harness. Your interview is over. What the conversation like to get you to this game? I ain't say that. I ain't say that. We all heard it. And man, this is what the fuck women do. They want you to think you crazy and didn't hear what the fuck you heard. You know what the fuck you heard. You say that shit back to them word for word and they tell you lied. You can have them on camera. They worse than Shaggy.
Nevertheless, so again, he had business meetings there and
my nigga said we're gonna play it back. This nigga is the ultimate podcaster.
But
we're gonna play it back.
Nevertheless, so again, he had business meetings there and he said, well, I got a couple meetings at the game, and
you said, and he asked, so bitch, you were invited.
These people I think will be good for you to meet. I said, sure.
And you were the only one from the team that went, or were there other people? I know you were on the interview.
I wasn't at a team then.
No, I'm saying the interview was his staff, his production. Like you have camera people, producers, etc. So the production is over. Did he not only apprise you that he was going and invited you, were there other production people?
Well,
we all have gone out together after production.
Correct. Yes. Well, again, you have production people in there.
He wanted you to meet some business people off doing an interview with you that he didn't even know was gonna do well. Because keep in mind, he didn't know it was gonna do well. But you said you was a fan of his, but one of his folks referred him to you. Some smell fishy.
And everything, and all that other good stuff. Anton does everything himself.
Yes.
And I do mean all of it. Unless sometimes, like if he has something else going on, there may be another person there because they maybe have to help him with something else. But if it's only like one thing that he's doing outside of his own videos,
sure,
it's only him.
So his wife wasn't there.
At this one, no.
Right. So You flew out for an interview.
Mhm.
You went to his studio or
Mhm.
place of production.
Mhm.
Y'all did an interview, and it's just you guys. Correct?
So I flew to Detroit. Got to the hotel. Okay. Got to the studio.
He booked the hotel for you, the location.
Correct.
Okay.
Got to the studio. His wife came past the studio. That's when I first met her.
Sure.
But she did not stay.
Okay. Let me ask you this, and I'm not trying to be too investigatory, but it's
It's okay, nigga. We need
How
more
far
journalists like
is
you.
the hotel from the studio and from his home, if you knew that?
I've never been to his home.
Well, you don't have to go to a person's
You
home.
said from his
know.
home, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay, fair enough. From the studio.
His studio is the home, ain't it? But that's a good question. How far is the studio from the hotel?
Give or take 5, 10, 15 minutes or more.
I say maybe 10 or 15.
Okay, 10 or 15. So then he says,
it's all downtown.
It's all downtown. So he says, hey, I got this business meeting. I'm going to this game. Would you like to go with me?
Mhm.
And obviously you said yes, because you weren't forced into going.
Not I got this game. I got this meeting. Go
I
ahead.
had this meeting.
Mhm.
Okay, so if I'm looking at this picture, are you all on the floor at a basketball game?
Correct. That's the floor.
Okay, at a basketball game.
Correct.
So you went to a basketball game. Did you watch the game?
No, this picture right here, we probably sat on this court maybe 10 minutes.
Oh,
We
I
were
see.
in the back.
So a meeting, and then y'all just went on the floor to take a picture.
No, we just went on the floor and we sat there maybe 10 minutes, and then they had their,
Sat there 10 minutes to
corner.
watch a game?
So y'all didn't watch the game sitting there. Y'all just sat there for 10 minutes. A meeting at the basketball game. Somebody had to pay for them tickets because they ain't get in free unless he was meeting with the damn owner of the team.
For 10
He
minutes?
wanted to see a little bit of the game. Said there maybe about.
See how women lie? This motherfucker asked, y'all watched the game, right? No, we ain't watched the game. Y'all sat there 10 minutes doing what? He wanted to watch a little bit of the game. Hoes, man, this is some bullshit. You should have played Orlando to take this down.
We probably sat on this court maybe 10 minutes.
We
This
got to
meeting.
go back.
Okay, so he says, hey, I got this business meeting. I'm going to this game. Would you like to go with me?
Mhm.
And obviously you said yes, because you weren't forced into going.
Not I got this game. I got this meeting. Go
I
ahead.
had this meeting.
Now I got this game. I got this meeting. See how she is playing the hell out of word games.
Okay, so if I'm looking at this picture, are you all on the floor at a basketball game?
Correct. That's the floor.
Okay, at a basketball game.
Because she tried to say it was just a business meeting. Bitch, why y'all didn't take no pictures inside the club or the suite? Why you didn't take no pictures there at the business meeting, bitch? Y'all had to go down to the floor.
So you went to a basketball game. Did you watch the game?
No, this picture right here.
Wait, you went to a basketball game. Did you watch the game? No, we ain't watched the game. We just sat there for like 10 minutes. Doing what? He wanted to watch some of the game. Bitch, you just said y'all was not watching the game.
We probably sat on this court maybe 10 minutes.
Oh,
We
I
were
see.
in the back.
So a meeting, and then y'all just went on the floor to take a picture.
No, we just went on the floor and we sat there maybe 10 minutes, and then they had their,
Sat there 10 minutes to watch a
corner.
game? For 10 minutes?
He wanted to see a little bit of the game. Sat there maybe about 10 minutes. The quarter ended, went right back to the back.
The quarter ended. So it was definitely some basketball watching, but she said, no, you was a Hillary Banks ass bitch. Daddy, I need $300.
Okay, and was his wife invited with you guys to the business meeting?
I don't know if she was invited or not.
Was she there?
If she was there, no.
She was not there.
Mm-mm.
Okay, in that moment,
I don't know if she was invited. She wasn't there.
did you feel awkward?
No,
No.
because I was there for a meeting. So
But you had nothing to do with the meeting, right?
I was there for a meeting. She's gonna keep saying it. Bitch, you was there to watch the Pistons game. That nigga paid for courtside seats, ma'am. He was not talking to no fucking owner of the team. What kind of business meeting he had? Who was it with that you needed to meet?
let me finish.
Sure.
I was there for a meeting, right? So he's already having his business dealings, whatever he's going to do. You're in business. You're in this.
So where were you while these business meetings were going on? Because he said you should meet the people. So were you sitting next to him during these business meetings, or were you down at the seats watching the game?
Crowd,
Sure.
you absolutely understand that there are networking opportunities. If I know so-and-so and I bring you with me,
Sure.
and so-and-so sees you,
Correct.
oh, you can make networking opportunities. And you also know that it does not happen in a vacuum. It does not happen in offices.
Correct.
It does not happen. You can be at the golfing, you can be at the NBA game, all types of things. So again, kind of like just like the thing we were talking about with it just being the fact that it's just that person that is the business entity. I also think that when people don't know business or people have never experienced what it's like to network, especially with people that are upper echelon, they don't understand that these things don't happen.
I'm sorry. I would have made my bitch quit. Man, you fuck that nigga. You can't work there no more. You say he give you, she said, between $2,000 and $3,500 a month. I make that on the high end. He get it $3,500 a month. Bitch, I get a second job. Fuck that nigga. I get you just fuck him. I give you $3,500 a month. No.
In just offices. These things don't happen in a particular place. So there are a lot of high rollers and business
what
people.
The fuck do that got to do with you being at the
that
game?
were part of the NBA.
Sure.
The guy that owns the actual arena.
Yeah. Yeah.
All there.
Yeah.
All the mayor, like all there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, the former mayor.
The former mayor. Yeah.
Mhm.
But here's the difference, and you know this because we work together.
Mhm.
I get
all those motherfuckers are not in the same suites at all. They not. They may walk in the same way, but they in different motherfucking suites.
and I go back to how critical it is
And you ain't
for
meet none of them people.
the male that you're working with, particularly when it's sort of independent and we are being seen and these sort of pictures come about. It's important to meet and know your husband. And I'm not saying he isn't a man of character because I don't know Anton. And I'm not here to vilify him.
Hey man, I'm starting to think Orlando may have been paid by Micca's husband to grill her on this and let her know this shit ain't right. He was like, come on, man, fuck with me. You know your boy. I can't say nothing to
him. I'm just going based off how things look and what the concerns have been in the public.
I understand, but that's why I don't mind. That's why I don't mind talking about it, because there's nothing nefarious that I ever had going on. And again,
you doing a terrible job talking about it, bitch.
And I never do anything unless my husband knows.
So your husband knew that you were going to this business meeting.
My husband knew that I was where I was.
No, that's not. Let's be very clear with language. So I want to be clear with my question.
Okay.
Did your husband know that after the show, the interview was over, you were going to a basketball, not a basketball, you were going to a meeting at an arena where a basketball game was?
I don't remember if I told him before or after, but I did tell my husband.
Okay, you told, but
of course.
When you say you don't,
I don't remember if I told him before or after, but I told him. And it's amazing to even have a conversation with this bitch. This man just had to go through all them goddamn hoops to even get her to shut the fuck up when he present the shit. Well, not here. Let me correct it. Not a basketball game, but a business meeting at a basketball venue where a game was taking place. You got to go through all that bullshit for her because she want to play.
Remember
meaning
before
like,
or after?
Meaning like,
is it fair to say you told him after?
No, it's not fair.
Because how do you not remember that?
Because I don't remember everything about the day.
No, but you're a married woman who goes, and I want to be fair to you, but
because to me, everything that I'm doing is business. So again,
but a married woman doesn't forget if she told her husband she went somewhere before or after.
No, you're trying to pinpoint.
Again, y'all go over and let me put it up on the channel again. I cannot stress it enough. This nigga is gonna be good. Y'all remember Orlando? I don't know his last name, so I'm gonna just call him Orlando Octavius because he got a ring to it. This nigga gonna blow up.
Point a time frame, and I'm telling you, I don't.
No,
I
not
don't
a-
remember
not
the
a-
time
no, no,
frame.
not a
But
time
I tell my husband everything. So yes, I did, and I posted this. This is
Yeah.
my picture.
Yes.
So again, if I was trying to hide it,
So you-
if
do
I
you-
hold on, if
yeah.
I didn't want
He
my
got
husband to know it,
4,000
I would have never
subscribers.
posted.
So
it.
you think posting it makes you innocuous?
No, I'm telling you that I don't hide anything. I have nothing to hide. And so if I wanted to hide something
Sure.
from my spouse, I would have never.
Let's
posted
look at the next picture. I thought the next picture was really, really interesting. And in this next
But wait,
picture,
why are you leaving that one? Why are you leaving? Why do you? Why?
Nigga, because he done with that topic. What the fuck? It ain't nothing else to say. There's nothing else to say. Like, he proved in this instance you were a liar. You said y'all didn't watch the game, but then said he watched like 10 minutes of it. What else is there to say? You said it wasn't no basketball game going on, but it was. Just what else do you want to say? You don't remember if you told your husband before or after. We're pretty sure, like you like he said, you will remember after your interview if Antoine just abruptly said, "Hey, yo, I got this meeting at the Pistons game. You want to ride with me?" You would remember if you said, "Hold on, let me let my husband know," because he was expecting me back at the hotel room. We were supposed to FaceTime or some shit. You would remember these things, as Octavia said. Orlando.
Why are you leaving that one?
what is there more you want to expound?
No, but
Okay.
it's something that you want to expound on because
You said why I'm leaving that picture to go to the next one? Because I felt like you gave clarity. What I
explain.
heard you say was it wasn't a basketball game I was invited to.
Shit. Thank you. He proved you was a motherfucking liar, bitch. He done heard enough. I don't need to talk about the picture no more. It's done. You dodged and lied your way all through that motherfucking explanation. Then your husband got to look at this stupid ass shit. He definitely remember. I bet that nigga remember if you called before or after.
to expound on because
You said why I'm leaving that picture to go to the next one? Because I felt like you gave clarity. What I heard you say was it wasn't a basketball game I was invited to.
Correct.
I was invited to a business meeting.
Correct.
I heard you say I went for an interview, and after the interview, I was asked and I accepted the offer.
Okay.
I heard you say that I apprised my husband, or you told your husband this is where you were going. You couldn't remember if it was before or after, but either way, your husband knew. And the final thing you said was,
he killing it because he actually listening to this.
You
bitch.
posted the picture.
Correct.
I have nothing further. Is that fair? Next picture. I was flabbergasted.
This nigga talking to her like he her daddy at this point. He is on in the interview. Like, bitch, I ain't got nothing else to say. The fuck?
That's it by this picture.
Okay, tell me why.
Because there's no way my wife would be physically touching
Orlando is finna be the voice of niggas across America. We need this nigga.
Tell me why.
Because there's no way my wife would be physically touching, leaning on a married man, leaning on a single man, leaning on another man in a way that suggests I'm feeling you, I like you. This is really some sort of.
Why do you think that says I'm feeling you?
Even if it doesn't say I'm feeling you, I don't want my wife.
Why do you think?
Yeah.
Why do you think?
Orlando would have made his wife quit. Once a bitch do it again, I kill both of you niggas.
That suggests that I'm feeling you because
Okay, let's
hold on.
omit.
Hold on. The reason why I'm asking you,
Okay.
the reason why I'm asking you is I have tons of pictures of our former co-hosts
Yep.
with the same lean everything.
But here's the difference.
Hold on.
Yes.
And that person is also
The difference is that's your boss, bitch, not your coworker. Your boss. You're his subordinate.
a male. All right. And we have a working relationship and it's the same exact type of picture.
But here's the disrespect. Here's the disrespect. This is a married man that
And he from the South. He said a married Maine. He didn't slip Maine in a couple times. I didn't notice, but yeah, he said Maine. It's different. Here's the married, but he ain't even met your husband. He as your coworker and your other coworkers met your husband.
And it's the same.
You know why? Because you wasn't fucking none of them coworkers.
That type of picture.
But here's the disrespect. This is a married man that you are physically leaning into.
I'm not leaning into.
That to me,
I'm not leaning into.
To me, and here's my perspective of it.
I'm not leaning into him. There's space. Yeah, with your abs, with your arms and your titties is on this nigga. Like they again, I said y'all can have this shit on camera. They gonna be like, nah, bro. Wasn't me. It ain't what you now. Your eyes are lying, G.
Okay.
There's a gap between it, but I'm looking at how you have a smile on your face. This is just my perspective. Your eyes look seductive. Just my perspective. And your arm is relaxed on his upper shoulder.
Correct.
And I would never imagine
Orlando would have whooped your ass when you got home, is what I'm hearing.
Married woman leaning on a business male partner that way. That to me is inappropriate. That's if you were my wife, I would have a serious problem. My problem would be so serious, you would have to probably extinguish your contract with him.
Okay.
Just because, and I would also feel a little uncomfortable.
Didn't I said it, man. I will get another job. Fuck that nigga. You quitting. Well, I'm going with you next time we go to this show so I can meet this nigga.
Uncomfortable that this gentleman obviously did not either push you away or suggest that we shouldn't take this type of picture. I've never met your husband. I fly you out here once or twice. This is this may not be the first time. So which point was this? Not that it matters if it was the third time, the fourth time.
This is the second time.
Oh goodness, the second time?
This is the second time I'm out there.
This is after this is after the basketball game.
The second time I'm dealing with it, though.
Okay, so and it doesn't matter to me, but what's that gap between the first time you're there, he takes you to a business meeting at a basketball game, and you guys are sitting on the floor like you are
that we're working together? And it's not like that.
Well, that's not working together.
Go back to what you just said.
Is that working together?
No. Go back to what you just said.
Which part?
It's not that. No, you said a couple.
Pick one.
You weren't even working together when you did that though, because you made it clear when he asked, was there any production people there? You was like, I wasn't on staff yet. So you weren't working together at that business meeting of his. You were networking, but you weren't working together with him. And we don't believe in networking because you ain't named one person you spoke with. You just spoke of who be at these basketball games. And depending on who the fuck playing, they ain't there. Unless it's a big game. But when they playing nobody's, and it ain't there. This year is different though, because the Pistons are like 43-12 or some shit like that. 43-13, 42-13, whatever it is, they good as fuck this year.
No, you said sitting on the floor like you are a couple.
Yeah, listen, I'm not.
But you're interjecting your own thoughts, especially.
I'm giving you my perspective.
But
that's what it looks like to the world. That picture didn't say business meeting. You could even wrote caption there, #networking at the game, business meeting at the game.
But your perspective is after I told you. So to put something else there.
Okay, I see. That's fair. Okay, so
but
I think that's a fair point. I don't want to spin it. What I want to say is messaging. Imagery is critical because imagery is messaging.
Correct.
And a lot of times on a Jumbotron at a game, we often see couples, whether you're high up or you're on the floor. A lot of times when people are on the floor, you see.
Do you sit at the game?
Do I sit at the game?
Correct.
Yes.
Do you sit at the game on the floor?
I have.
No. Do you all the time?
No.
Okay. All right. So who have you met at these games on the floor?
This is my show, not yours. I'm not answering the question.
Okay.
Oh, Orlando. This nigga is not. This nigga is an American gem.
You're high up or you're on the floor. A lot of times when people are on the floor, you see.
Do you see that again?
Antoine gonna hate this nigga. I'm sure 3 days. I'm sure he done had some slick shit to say. He cooking this nigga. He cooking her too. He really cooking her, but he cooking her via him.
Do I sit at the game?
Correct.
Yes.
Do you sit at the game on the floor?
I have.
No. Do you all the time?
No.
Okay. All right. So who have you met at these games on the floor?
This is my show, not yours. I'm not answering the questions.
Okay. And the reason
If I come on your show, then we can get into that.
However,
I'm
but
not answering any
the reason
questions.
I asked you
Sure.
is to give perspective, right?
Yes.
Because what I found, okay, because I'm usually in the skybox.
Yes.
When I'm here in DC, I'm in my box. I don't
Yes.
like to be down on the floor. That's not my thing.
Sure.
On the floor, there are family members there. They are some of those people. A lot of them are like business seats.
Yep.
So anybody from these law firms, offices, are down there on the floor.
Yep.
That I've never known who sits down on the floor because I don't care. And
those same people are in the quote unquote skybox, as you called it, and nobody calls it the skybox anymore. They're suites.
don't sit there, right? But by being there, I found out who was actually down there, family members, business partners, all of that. That's what
listen,
so hold on.
Yes.
So again, I'm not disputing your perspective as far as people that don't know.
Yeah.
Right? That's fair. But when you are in that world and you are in the know, and you know more than just the I would say the popular culture of who might sit down there, right? Because you might see your favorite rapper, things like that. But all those people that are sitting beside the rapper, you absolutely don't know why they're there.
But 2 million people shouldn't be sitting together without their spouses.
No. Now see, and here we are again with you going back to something that's not, because you are essentially saying that I cannot do any business dealings with somebody that is in business because that person is married.
No, what I'm saying is somebody who's never met your husband.
Because if I go out with you or anybody
and
else,
I met your husband.
Okay, but
the former host has met your husband.
But we've already talked about that.
Yep.
But what I'm saying is, you're saying because you don't know.
Get up.
You don't know when you're looking at that picture. You don't know if you met him or not.
I know he hasn't met your husband. When I looked at that picture, and maybe because I have inside knowledge.
Yeah, that's why. So my point is, you don't know.
But I don't have to know to know that that's inappropriate. Let me say this. And maybe you just don't see it. You can't see how this could be construed.
That's not what I said.
Okay, so do you see this as being inappropriate?
We just talked about what it can look like imagery.
So let me ask you, is this inappropriate to you?
From my perspective, it wasn't, because that's not what I was doing. But I told you, I can understand why people might have thought that, but I literally did not have anything going on or anything, like there's nothing inappropriate going on. So me just leaning didn't seem like an issue to me.
Okay, so here's some hard questions I really, really need to ask you. First one is, it may not be as hard, but here it is. Are you going to continue working with Anton?
Well, I do not. Well, I have not been on after hours since the whole incident happened.
That's not answering my question.
I'm not finished.
Okay.
So I haven't been on after hours since the incident happened. And I felt that, there were a lot of things that I did not like about everything that went on. So with that, I decided to pull away from the show. So no, I am not.
Is that a permanent termination?
I am not.
Permanent termination?
Yes. I was only doing one show.
Okay, so you're no longer a part of it. Here's another very challenging question, but I have to ask you. I just have to ask you. Have you and Anton ever had sex?
No.
Any?
Hold on. No.
Okay. Any?
Well, there you go. Antoine Dave was lying on his dick, acting like he was. he act like he was smashing, so he was lying on his dick, but she was just flat out lying. I think her husband made her quit.
sexual
No,
relations.
no.
What
It's
up,
always
Rhea?
been
Stand back on
strictly
the pillow.
professional. And
And
that's,
you could be professionally sexual.
oh, I would know.
Well, that's
So
what I'm asking.
again,
Yeah.
it's always been strictly professional. Strictly professional. Like I said, Anton has a persona online.
Okay.
I get his persona online, but personally, Anton hasn't done that to me.
Okay. What happened between him and Corey Holcomb? Because the 5150 show, from what we all saw, you were there with Anton, correct?
Mhm.
We didn't see you, but clearly Corey said your name. And I even saw a video that he said Micca could come and do the show. She could come here. I would love for her to come. What happened that was not visible
Yeah, he
to the
want her to
public
come
that
after
you can
the
share?
fact, after
Like
he
we
done
saw a
spit.
lot, but was there anything behind the scenes
And he tried to,
were the guys agitated initially? I remember, I think I saw something where you said that it was actually on your own show. You said, hey, Corey shook my hand. I met him and he knew I was there. What happened?
Okay, so we got to the studio and
Let's back up a little.
okay.
Again, here's another invitation, correct? It's another invitation from Anton, an invitation.
No, well, no.
Corey, did
no.
Corey invite you?
it's
No.
not an
So
invitation.
this is how this rolled out.
Sure.
So
Why does she? I hate when women do that. Why the fuck are you saying no when I didn't say nothing wrong? You got invited to the show. No. Did Corey invite you? No. So Antoine invited you. This how it happened. Corey met you, but he didn't know you was coming. You was not an invited guest at the 5150 show. He didn't say, Antoine, bring that bitch Micca with you.
So Anton decided to put together a podcast tour that he was going to do, and that he's still on actually, that he was going to go to different locations. Cool. I am the only person on Anton's program that is an actual content creator, not a panelist, not a guest. I'm an actual content creator. So
why are you the only one?
Because I'm the only one that wants to do content outside of Anton.
Are you the only beautiful one on his team?
That's subjective.
But
there's other pretty women there. But whatever you think, that's what you think. But there's other women.
Do you think you look better than his wife?
No, I'm not going to answer that question because that's
No,
just
again, these are things that were sent to me.
shit.
People say, can you please ask her how she
why
feels?
would I answer that? Why would I
Hell no, this nigga got some messiness in him too. Oh shit. That nigga said, do you think you look better than his wife? Holy shit. You ain't supposed, damn. I don't even think I would have asked that one, Orlando. You's a motherfucker.
You look better than his wife?
No, I'm not going to
You're the only one.
because I'm the only one that wants to do content outside of Anton.
Are you the only beautiful one on his team?
That's
I gotta
subjective.
make
I
sure.
want-
But there's other
did.
pretty women there. But whatever you think, that's what you think. But
I wanna
there's other
finish-
women.
Do you
on the
think
team.
you look better than his wife?
No, I'm not going to answer that question because that's just
No, I mean,
ridiculous.
again, these are things that were sent to me. People
No,
say, can you please ask her
Why
how
would,
she
why,
feels?
would I, why would I answer that? Why would I subject another woman to answering something that is absolutely insane?
But you,
I would,
fair enough. Go ahead.
I want to finish
And
this
it's
job.
disrespectful.
I gotta make some.
And that
shit.
picture was disrespectful.
This
But
is
she was
crazy.
there.
She was there at the second one?
Yes.
That second picture?
Yes.
Yeah,
Did
I
she
said-
take the picture of you leaning on her husband?
I sent you the video. Why play that?
I'll show that video when she was sitting on his lap.
And what were we doing in the
I
video?
think I saw you in the back, and maybe y'all were doing a show or something.
Yeah, we were doing an after-hour show.
And he told his wife to come on over and sit down. But
now,
I think
hold
you're
on.
using
Now you would
that,
no.
that isolated.
No, that's not isolated. That was the entire day. So
No, I mean isolated your history with him.
No.
Okay.
That the only one that she has that she wasn't at was the first one at the game. Outside of that, Rita is there. Now I'm not in charge of her schedule. I don't
And
know what
that's
she's
even
doing.
scarier.
She's there most of the time, which
But I
is
just think it's scarier if a wife,
99.99% of the
but
time.
I don't know her. I haven't
she
spoken with her.
does a lot of the business dealing. She does the emails. She does the scheduling because she actually scheduled my flight.
Sure.
She does those. So Anton is not the person that actually does it. He has an assistant, but a lot of the times his wife does it.
Yeah. And you do have husband-wife business partners. Yeah.
Tons of them.
Yeah. And sometimes those individuals, wife or husband, can be accepting of different arrangements.
Okay, but what does that have to do with me? My arrangement is business and personal.
Right. That's what
not
I mean.
personal.
That's what I mean. That arrangement. Yeah.
So no, it's not an arrangement. It's an actual business.
No, it's an arrangement
words
by
matter.
a contract.
Words matter.
Yeah.
And
I'm very fastidious when it comes
yeah,
to
I
words.
know, and you're also a fast talker. So I pick up on it.
But yeah, he also meant
but
maybe
you
fool
fast,
him for
but,
the other
I
business.
listen.
Sure.
However, no, she does a lot of the booking, so she knows who's coming in and out and things like that. But like I said, that last one that we were just talking about, she was there the entire time. That's why in the video I sent you, she just came on in. She had been sitting there the entire day.
Okay, going back to Corey. So you were there, you arrived, and the show starts.
No.
Well, let's skip past everything else and just get to the crux of it.
Okay.
What do you think really set off either Corey or Anton?
At what part?
At any part. You were there, so you may have witnessed or have seen characteristics that could have been combustible and sort of inflamed them.
I think both of them set each other off because you have two men that are good at what they do, two men that are trying to get their point of view across as what is the best view.
Sure.
And they don't not only not agree on political things, they don't agree on certain values.
But what's the issue? Because it seems like Corey doesn't like that Anton allegedly espouses white America's thinking, or he minimizes Black people, or his role as a conservative prowess, if you will, seems to demean and diminish the light of Black Americans. And Corey is perturbed and turned off by that. And Corey, therefore, or maybe Anton sort of, well, Corey said something about sucking, male parts or something. And I think what actually happened? I can't remember who said what.
So
I think Corey said kissing
white people's
behind. Yeah.
And then Anton said, well, you sucked Black people.
Yes.
And he just didn't like the sucking comment.
Yeah. Now I was disturbed that honestly Corey was that upset. I mean, I get the respectability componont.
I thought it was just a bat because you just said, I kiss somebody's butt, so I'm just upping this one. Well, you do this to Black people, and a lot of people, use that.
Yeah, but in the urban Black community, you can't say to another man, suck something. But I also think Anton had a right to say what he said about you can't tell me that I'm kissing somebody's behind.
Correct. And you can't tell somebody how they feel about the disrespectful comment.
That's correct.
Some people may not feel that, saying you kiss white men, but if you feel the way Corey feels, then maybe you don't because you think it's appropriate.
I think Anton handled that so respectfully.
I thought the exchange, was warranted how both of them went, but I didn't think it needed to be elevated to where.
And I say respectfully in the sense that Anton didn't allow it to get physical, because I thought Corey was about to dog him. When if Anton had said one more time what Corey told him not to say, for some reason I thought, wow, he may punch him. But then I was disappointed to see two Black men.
I didn't like it.
I didn't like it either.
I didn't like it. One, because there were myself and Darlene and other females in the studio.
Yeah.
So I didn't like that. Especially with men, I think you should be able to handle things cordially.
Why did Corey call you a bitch?
I don't know why he called me one, honestly.
Yeah. Are you going on the show? Will you go?
Am I going on his show? No, not to my knowledge.
But I think publicly he said Micca could come. If Corey invited you to 50-51, will you show up?
Probably not. And the reason why I say that is
yes, the
same way, I can accept an apology. I can accept somebody saying a wrongdoing. I accept people make mistakes, and I'm not putting that above anything. But
all right, y'all, we got to stop it here, but it's 19 minutes left approximately. Actually, I'm tripping. 21 minutes. It's 21 minutes left. Y'all want to catch the rest of it? Go on over there to Talk Perspective. Till the next episode. Little channel, big voice. We out.
Low key, niggas hating but they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat.